Potential mistakes are much easier to solve than actual mistakes. Once a mistake has been made, someone owns that mistake. Just the simple act of pointing out the mistake can cause resentment, even if it is your own. In contemplating your actions, but in the extra effort to identify what might go wrong, in evaluating the interactions of others, respectfully speak up when you see a potential problem, and be prepared to explain it in detail. Mistakes are sure to result in confrontations. Those confrontations go as much better before the mistakes is made rather than afterwards. Avoid the spectacles of blaming and defending past actions. Avoid the spectacles of blaming and defending past actions, whether with yourself or with others. Seek to hash it out beforehand, and that is a lot less on the line. Some mistakes are inevitable, yet many are preventable. Do all you can to see those before they happen, when they cost a whole lot less to fix. This is the conversation, 5 p.m. today. Sino County District 3 Representative Alex Sonibor Noah join us. As you may all be aware, President Joseph Boakai and an array of government officials, including opposition members, are in Grand Jita County, specifically in Wrepue, where the bearer rights of the former First Family, President Sam Addo and First Lady Nancy Addo, will be held. A couple of hours ago, they were at the Wrepue City Hall where the funeral rite was ongoing. And all I ask for is love. But this is the conversation a lot to talk about. We'll look into President Boakai's corruption fight, 4 government officials nailed with suspension in recent weeks. The government has also started running out former and current officials accused of corruption. Civil society organizations have their own say. We'll put all of those perspectives together, have a conversation. Stay with us, don't you go anywhere. Let's now go across the African continent to hear what's making news in other places. This is the conversation. My name is Trokon Wrepue, and let's do this together till the very end at 6 p.m. South Africa's Criminal Intelligence Chief Lieutenant General Dumisani Commando has been arrested and has appeared in court on allegations of fraud and corruption. General Commando was picked up on Thursday evening after landing at the main international airport in Johannesburg. A member of the anti-corruption unit, local media reported. He made his court appearance in the capital, Pretoria. That was on Friday today, alongside 6 court accused, all senior police officers. Their lawyer said they intended to plead not guilty to any charges laid against them by the government. Details of the charges are not yet clear, but local media says General Commando and the other 6 had been linked to ongoing investigation into alleged abuse of intelligence funds and potentially unlawful appointments within the South African Police Service. Kenya has been hit by a recent wave of repression, tarnishing its reputation as a beacon of democracy in East Africa. Critics fear that it is sliding down the path of a neighbor, Uganda and Tanzania, both of which are notorious for cracking down on dissent. Kenya's laws are widely regarded as being more progressive, particularly in protecting fundamental freedoms like the right to protest. But Kenya has witnessed an increasing crackdown on protests. The latest example being the killing of at least 10 people in the nationwide demonstrations against President William Ruto's government, while it attempted to ban live TV and radio coverage of the protests. Back in South Africa, President Cyril Ramaphosa says he will not yield to threats and ultimatums in stinging rebuke to the second largest or biggest party in the coalition government. Ramaphosa drew the Democratic Alliance aisle from the removed Deputy Trade Minister Andrew Whitfield over an unsanctioned trip abroad out of this year. Whitfield, a member of the DA, was part of a delegation that traveled to the U.S. back in February after Washington's election with relations with South Africa soured. We'll go for a break. We will be back. Lots to talk about. Then we hear what you have to say. We'll make progress together.
Rushing. Why are you rushing to so?
You, Judy, don't give me hard time, man. I'm going to the bank to get my cash because the bank was soon close.
You can use the ATM?
My ATM card expired ever since.
My man, you don't need ATM card. Just use the mobile app and generate an e-token. All you have to do is to just log on the app, you click on Express Cash. Then you select ATM. From there now you select generate e-token. Then you select the account you want the money to come from. From there you select the currency that you want. If they're Liberian dollars or US dollars. Then you put in the amount that you want, whether $10 or $20, you put it in and generate your e-token. It's simple, like 8 numbers that will come to you. When you get that number, just go to any ATM. All you have to do is to just select the C Express Cash on the ATM now. The place where you're supposed to put your ATM pin, that way you pull that 8 number. Then it will ask you for the amount. That money where you generated, that money will come with the ATM will pay you.
So simple. Echo Finance for me again. I will always make use of the express service big time. Echo Bank, the Pan-African Bank.
Your favorite RLJ Kenneja Resort and Villas is new and improved with top-notch first-class services guaranteed to make you feel pampered and special as our royal guests. Ideally located on the RI Highway, a few minutes drive from the rehab junction, right in front of the Atlantic Ocean, you are assured of a peaceful, serene atmosphere of a home away from home. The ingredients for our Liberian meals are freshly picked from our garden to give you that unforgettable taste of Liberian cuisine. Our villas are designed and equipped to ensure every night spent with us is a memorable one. We are well positioned to host conferences and seminars of all sizes, as well as outdoor events like garden weddings and parties. Book your upcoming events and leave the rest for us to handle with 100% satisfaction guarantee. You can reach us on 0770-533-1233 415 or email us at reservations@kendejaresort.com.lr. Visit our website on www.rljkendejaresort.com.lr. RLJ Kendeja Resort and Villas, for memories worth repeating.
Are you a driver? Do you have a ride? Want to make some extra cash? Say no more, because we've got you covered. Omuta has arrived. The best drivers app to ever hit Liberia, with over 1 million riders just waiting for you. Join the train right now and don't be left out. Drive at your own convenient time. Drive whenever it suits you. Drive on the weekdays. Drive on the weekends. Drive in the evening. Make driving work around your lifestyle. The good news is you get paid every day. Every time you drive, you get money. So don't be left out. Rush now and get your Omuta app on Google Play and Apple Store. It's ORMUTA. Omuta, the best driver app connecting Liberia. So don't be left out. Join the Omuta family right now and make some cash. Let's roll, baby. Let's roll, baby.
Attention, attention, attention to all lovers of the good things in life. A house is not a home, and a home is the one place where you should feel relaxed and accomplished. Your home should reflect who you are. So, it's time to make that upgrade with minimal damage to your pockets. And I have the perfect solution for you. Home Sweet Home, located on Benson Street, between Center and Buchanan Streets, got you covered. From the kitchen, we have air fryers, juice makers, pressure cookers, freezers of all sizes, and all the modern kitchenwares you can think about. From the bedroom, we have top-of-the-line, exquisite beddings to give you that great night's sleep because you have earned it, and soft, comfortable towels for your bathroom. And in the living room, we have high-definition TV sets of all sizes, unique aerial rugs, classy curtains in all the colors you desire, wall paintings of different sizes and colors, furniture, and everything you can think about for the home. All that at unbelievable prices. We even have low voltage, high quality washing machines and dryers to keep your clothes fresh and new at all times. As a bonus, we have fashion accessories for both the young and the old, designer quality bags, hats, and rare jewelries. So if you love yourself, your family, and your home, it's time to treat it right. Visit Home Sweet Home on Benson Street between Center and Buchanan Streets for that needed upgrade. You can call them on 0886 834 944 or 0770 581 420. Home Sweet Home, for the love of a classy home.
Thank you. Welcome back to the conversation. It's happening right here on OKFM 99.5. Like I said, at 5 p.m. we will welcome in Sino County 3rd Electoral District Representative Alex Sonibor Noah. He's going to be my guest up to 6 o'clock. 6 will be the news. Let's take the fast check report. When we come back, we look deep down into some of the issues unfolding in Liberia.
Good day and welcome to the Fact Check segment. This segment debunks disinformation and provides the verified facts of statements made online and on the radio. On June 25, a supporter of the former ruling Coalition for Democratic Change, Eric Pevest, claimed in a Facebook post that President Joseph Walker suspended the Director General of the Bureau of State Enterprises, Arthur Masakwe, due to the disclosure he made during a MICAT press briefing about rampant corruption within the state-owned enterprises. To support his claim, Pevest included a video clip of Mr. Masakwe speaking at the Mika press briefing, in which he is heard saying that many SOEs are plagued by mismanagement and the misuse of public resources intended to serve the Liberian people. To verify this claim, we reviewed the press release regarding the suspension of Masakwe on the official Facebook page of the Executive Mansion, which revealed that President Waka suspended Mr. Arthur Masakwe based on alleged malpractices under him at the SOE and not in response to public comments made at the MICAT press briefing. Based on a review of the release issued by the Executive Mansion, we conclude that a claim made by Perfest that Mr. Arthur Masakwe was suspended because he spoke out about corruption within SOEs is misleading. Since the launch of the ArcelorMittal's concentrator plant in Nimba County, many online sites have been sharing photos of the plant, claiming that it is the largest in Africa. The same claim with the photo of the concentrator plant has also been shared on Facebook, Instagram, X formerly Twitter by Africa Facts Zone, Africa Global News, a LinkedIn account named Waki Seed, and many more. According to ArcelorMittal, its recently dedicated concentrator plant in Nimba has a production capacity of 20 million tons of iron ore per year. To fact check these claims, we searched and found many publications that show that the Sishen mine, operated by Kumba Iron Ore, a South African mining company in which Anglo American has about 70% ownership, has a larger production capacity than the plant at ArcelorMittal. These publications show that Sishen Mine has a dense media separation plant which has a capacity of 28.1 million tons per annum, and a jig plant, another with a production capacity of 21.6 million tons per annum. The dense media separation plant is where most of the high-grade runoff mine is treated, while the jig plant is where most of the medium runoff mine is treated. Based on this, we conclude that the claims that a concentrator plant at ArcelorMittal's operation site in Nimba is the largest in Africa are incorrect. Though the ArcelorMittal's concentrator plant in Nimba is among the largest in Africa, it is not the largest of all. On July 25, the Township Commissioner of Gardnersville, Diohimin Elliott, claimed in an interview on ELBC that the Township of Gardnersville is not included in the national budget. Mr. Elliott made the statement while highlighting some of the financial challenges the township faces, particularly in undertaking major development projects. Gardnersville is a township within the Greater Monrovia District in Montserrat County, Liberia, governed by its commissioner. It serves as both a residential and administrative area with a blend of urban and peri-urban communities. To fact-check Commissioner Elliott's claim, we reviewed the 2025 national budget as approved and published by the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. Our search confirms that the township of Gardnersville is indeed not captured in the national budget. Based on the review of the 2025 national budget, we conclude that the claim made by the Commissioner of Gardnersville, Diohimin Elliott, that the township is not captured in the national budget is correct. This is all we have time for on the Fact Check segment. This segment is part of an MOU between Local Voices Liberia, OKFM, Prime FM, and Care Radio to counter disinformation to help the public make informed decisions. This MOU is funded by the Liberia Media Empowerment Project, implemented by Internews with funding from the European Union. The funder or partner had no say in the editorial decision, leading to the production of this Fact Check segment. We will be back on Monday with more Fact Check reports to help you know the facts. If you want us to fact check a claim for you, please send us a text or WhatsApp on 0777 556 296, and we will definitely check for you. Also follow us on Facebook at Local Voices Liberia, Twitter at LVL Fact Check, and go to our website www.localvoicesliberia.com My name is Olivia Bowen. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.
Thanks to Local Voices for that. So, like I said, the president is in Grangeda County, and by now you all may be in the know the activities ongoing in Grangeda for which the president had traveled, and the president delivered a speech there. And I thought it was important to just read this speech out quickly before we go any further. Statement by His Excellency Joseph Yumaboaga, Senior President of the Republic of Liberia, at the State Funeral Service in Wrepue, the former President Samba Kanye Sr., and burial of the First Lady Nancy Doe. We gather here today with slow hearts and a shared sense of reverence to honor and re-entered the remains of our former head of state, Samba Kanye Doe, and his loving wife, the late First Lady Mrs. Nancy Doe. This is not just a burial, it is a moment of national reflection, a time to reconcile with our history, to heal from our wounds, and to remember with respect and purpose. President Samba Doe led Liberia through a decade of immense challenges from 1980 to 1990. He rose to power as a young man with a bold vision to empower ordinary Liberians and uplift the voices of those long marginalized. His administration laid foundations in infrastructure, education, and industry. Many of these efforts remain visible and relevant today. His dream was to transform Liberia into a nation where every citizen could thrive. I speak not only as a president, but also as someone who served under President Doe. I served first as Managing Director of the Liberia Produce and Marketing Corporation and later as Minister of Agriculture. Through our work together, I came to know him personally. He was determined. He was sometimes misunderstood, but he was always committed to improving the lives of the Liberian people. Our collaboration was built on mutual respect and a shared vision of national service. This reburial carries weight far beyond Grangeda or the Doe family. It symbolizes a broader effort to reconcile with our past and to heal our nation. The civil conflict that followed his tragic death inflicted deep scars. But through God's grace, we have enjoyed peace for over 2 decades. Let today be more than a symbolic gesture. Let it be a chapter turned and a mark of our readiness to move forward, to make peace with the past, and to uphold justice, unity, and truth. This dignified reburial reflects our national maturity and our collective will to heal. It underscores my government's policy to remove the lingering shadows of conflict and to foster reconciliation for all Liberians. As I stated in my annual message earlier this year, reconciliation and healing are central to our development agenda. We cannot build a prosperous Liberia on broken foundations. Our future depends on unity and confronting the past through truth, forgiveness, and a shared commitment to progress. To our youth, many of whom were not yet born during these difficult years, I say this: learn from the lessons of our history. Understand the cost of division. Let unity, peace, and service to country be your guiding stars. To the Doe family, I urge you to remain united and continue to lead by example. Let your legacy be one of strength dignity and national healing. To the people of Grand Jida and all Liberians across our 15 counties, this is our time to come together. Let us reconcile. Let us heal. Let us build a Liberia where no region is forgotten, no citizen is overlooked, and no past injustice is allowed to define our future. Let us reject bitterness. Let us reject division. Let us walk forward with hope, guided by our love for our country and the faith in our shared destiny. Let us protect the peace we now enjoy or have with vigilance and cherish it with patriotism. Even as we celebrate the legacy of our late former president, I must pay special tribute to the late Mrs. Nancy B. Doe, whose passing while preparing for this very ceremony added another layer of sorrow to today's solemn occasion. I had the privilege of knowing Mrs. Nancy B. Doe personally. As First Lady, she was the very embodiment of grace, dignity, and quiet strength in the face of composure and unwavering devotion to her family and the Liberian people. She did not shrink from the immense shadows cast by the wings of her late husband's state leadership. Rather, she stood firmly by President Doe's side, not as a figure eclipse, but as a light of her own. She was resolute, gracious, and unafraid. With poise and courage, she stepped into the full weight of parenthood, filling the void left by the demands of the presidency that often drew a loving father away. The legacy is one of resilience, honor, and steadfast love. She touched the lives of many with compassion and generosity. Today, we remember and celebrate her life as we lay her to rest beside her husband. May the reunion be peaceful and eternal. May the souls of President Samuel Kanye Doe and Mrs. Nancy B. Doe rest in perfect peace. May God bless us all and save the Republic. Thank you. And this is what President Joseph Boaga had to say at that state funeral for the rebearer of our former president, slain President Samuel Doe, and his wife, former First Lady Nancy Doe, who recently passed on. So it brings us to the conversation of reconciliation on how to put the past behind us as a nation, especially when we intend to embrace a new Liberia where everyone is somebody regardless of their status, their tribe, their creed, their religion, their political difference, where we see everyone as somebody. Whether it was President Sirleaf, because those are the people I really saw leading the country. When Tato was president, I was a baby, kid. I wouldn't call my age, but I was small. I couldn't do anything. I had no power. I was still in preschool. Around 2003, I was in preschool, so there's nothing more we could do. But we heard history. We've read history about how the other leaders led the country. So my analogy is going to be based on what I vividly saw with my own eyes, starting from the regime of President Sirleaf, and the President George Weah, and then the current President Joseph Boakai. Whether it was part of the Accra Peace Agreement that the country needed total reconciliation, or it could form part of Mrs. Sirleaf's plan in order for development agenda about reconciling Liberia, or the Wrepue agenda for inclusive development, talking about reconciliation, and now currently President Joseph Boakai, who echoed reconciliation. And I'm still sitting and looking. How do we experience genuine reconciliation? How? By what means? What can we do? Is it that as a country or as a people, we remember that there should be genuine reconciliation, or we need to reconcile our country so that we focus on the common goal of our patrimony when there are events of such, or when the president takes the podium to address the nation in an annual address, or at some state events? I'm still asking, I'm still thinking. On what sort of model have we applied as a nation for the last 20 plus years? We've promised ourselves to carry on sweeping reconciliation and healing process across the country. But are we reconciled? Or will we reconcile anytime soon? Those questions are lingering and they are or remain unanswered. Are we reconciling anytime soon, or have we reconciled as a nation? And I'm asking because of how past and current leaders have approached the issue about reconciliation. I thought by now there should be an extraordinary committee or body set up to do a whole nationwide consultation to hear from the people of Liberia, some of whom are victims of corruption, victims of civil crisis, victims of police brutality, victims of a failed system, to hear from all of us. How can we handle this thing called reconciliation? How can we lower the anger that sits within us, that lead us to setting ablaze public facilities whenever we disagree? How do we go about doing these things? These questions keep coming. And by the day we have an institution that is responsible to deal with these issues and answer these questions, that is the time Liberia will start to make progress when it comes to reconciliation. I mean, they have their own fault, and there are problems in their country when you want to talk about Rwanda. All of us know the Rwanda genocide is still remain in history as one of the deadliest. We know that over 800,000 people who lost their lives in just almost or less than 100 days. We know that it was a tribal sentimental conflict between the Hutus and the Tutsis. And people were hunted, people were slaughtered, people were killed. The Rwandese managed to come from out of that nightmare that shocked the entire Africa and the world. At some extent, they have been able to reconcile, if not the entire population, but a significant portion of the population. They are a clear success story of a nation that shines after its dirty past. We are still here. We are still talking about reconciliation. President Salif will mount the podium many days and talk about reconciliation is the way forward. What are the programs President Wrepue might or will during this time mind the podium and talk about reconciliation, true reconciliation, reconciling the nation? President Boakai will come again and start to talk about the same So it seems that we romanticizing how to reconcile the country, or we'll keep talking about it, making beautiful speeches about it until one day we leave the country and it is not reconciled. After 20 years, that honor is upon us, the living. Some of us who saw the conflict, some of us who understand the division this conflict caused in the country, to reconcile. Not just to reconcile, but victims and families who are hurt, for us to speak to their consciences. There are families in this town, in this country rather, that are still hurt as a result of what's happened here over the last 14 years' time. Evidenced by when Senator Prince Johnson died. When you open the line, certain segment of the country was mourning, and certain people were happy that he died, based on his role or his participation in the civil conflict. He's not the center of discussion, but I'm just setting an example because that's a recent one we can talk about. And we find ourselves in a country where every year we promise ourselves we're reconciled. Every month when we are at programs, when we are at national programs, we promise ourselves we'll reconcile this nation. Are we making progress with reconciliation? Are we really making progress? And reconciliation is inextricably linked to the start of genuine development and the forward march of a country. When a country remains devalued, there is a problem, because one group of people will feel they should not do when others are there. When others come, another group of people will feel that they should not do because the others have come. We need to take a break, make some reflection, take an extraordinary meeting hours or time to have national conversation on how we intend to reconcile our nation. And it just doesn't become these big speeches that we talk about, whether it was a president's speech, whether it was some past or current administrator speaking at somewhere from the government. You always hear these things, the thing about, oh, we reconcile with this, with that. But in actual essence, we have been unable, and I repeat, and I'm being deliberate about this, we have been unable as a nation to reconcile totally. The day we do, it will add an impetus to our strive for development. The day we do, we'll see a population free with itself. The day we do, I will not sit down somewhere and people try to march in on last man because I'm a bastard man, or a crown man will not be marching on last because he's a crown. That is the day we've noticed or we've known that there is genuine reconciliation. Other than that, people just come here, they talk about it, they say it the way they want to say it, the way they see it. It's done. And everybody sit down. We should be talking about reconciliation. We should be talking about holding dialogues in terms of disputes. We should be talking about all of these things are hands in hands. And we need to make the most of them, because if we do not do and allow our generation to slip away, another generation come, when do they start? Or isn't it important again for us to do real reconciliation, fellow Liberians? Isn't it important? For me, I thought it is important that we do that. We'll call on the president and all other leaders of our country for us to sit and strategize and brainstorm on what we need to do as a people. Because if we do not do that, we keep beating around the bush, we will not get there. That's the fact. That is the reality. That is the reality. When you go to other African nations around us, they're free. They have their own challenges, we acknowledge. But they strive towards these things. There's no perfection, but at least they strive, they make progress. Yet in Liberia, we're still talking about it. And the entire country know that we've not reconciled. We're yet to reconcile. Fully reconcile. People still carry bitterness within them for the fellow Liberians because of what happened 10, 15, 20 years ago. We need to do better as a people. We need to do better as a country. And I hope our leaders will lead this effort and the trickle-down effect on us will have a positive impact. So we pass this entire war era thing about reconciliation, about no turning back, about this one, that person. We need to do so. Doing so will help, and help in a very long way. So we just thought to speak out on that, to have a reminder about some of what the president has said and what our thoughts are. Again, I've not said it's a bad thing to do the reburial. We support that. That was a commitment made by the government, and the president, Joseph Boaga, has fulfilled on that, and I think it is important because it has to do with reconciliation. So it is important that we talk about it. So we move on. It seems that there is a pattern of disagreement among some top-level supporters of the opposition CDC. And those disagreements have not been kept behind closed door, or are not kept behind closed door again for closed door discussion, and are now filtering to the public. Before the vaccination or the expulsion of Deputy Speaker Thomas Fada, there were conversations about seditions accusing him of dining and whining with the executive. The COFAS removal saga will come. Deputy Speaker Thomas Fada will take a side with the majority bloc, many of them both ruling party and opposition lawmakers, vowing not to sit on the gavel of Speaker Kofa. And before the start of that entire thing, or at the start of the CDC call, or Mr. Thomas Fada himself had gone to the CDC headquarters and denied his involvement. Later on, I think about 3-4 days later, he joined the majority bloc. That is his right as a Liberian, as a citizen, to do so. So a group of people within the party have started attacking him, calling him names, writing all sort of stuff on Facebook. The CDC will reach a decision to export Mr. Thomas Fada. He's a free political agent right now. He himself has pledged support to the Unity Party government. Mr. Moses Colley, who hailed from the Liberia People Democrat, and all of these people I'm talking about naming are all prominent people who helped the CDC got to where it was. Mr. Moses Colley of the LPDP, the Liberia People Democratic Party himself, who called or would write on Facebook saying it was time to support JMP. Clarence called him in the morning and he confirmed that and he gave reasons. When you notice the pattern of writing on social media, some coming from the CDC 2023 campaign spokesperson, Mr. Councillor Kano Bala, the responses that are coming, just crossfire. So it seems there's some deep fundamental disagreement within that opposition party which they need to sort out. They need to sort out. And that's how far I would like to leave it. So the birthday of the outgoing Chief Justice was on yesterday. The madam turned 70. And then, per our Liberian laws, if you're 70 and you are a judge or an associate justice or the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, you will have to give way because you have reached 70. And I'm still thinking, how did we come up to that decision about that age limit? Because a lot of people, as they grow older, the wiser they become. A 70-year-old outgoing Chief Justice, did you see her video? Did you see her in that? What is wrong with this age 70? I can't fathom why we say when people 70, they should leave the bench. I thought the more they stay on the bench and grow older, the better the wisdom about the law and about cases, high-profile cases will be. But we have a law in the country that says when these people reach 70, whether they are judges, the justices of the Supreme Court, the Chief Justice, they should give way. So, but now I understand the Chief Justice outgoing will have to make a vaccination plan and leave because she's 70. And the law says 70 beyond, you cannot. So it's quite interesting how it is. And I want us to have a national conversation. Isn't it at 70, this person grew with wisdom? They've dealt with a lot of cases, especially when they are lover of radio. So they do a lot of things. At our age, 70, they read more, they grow in wisdom, they will be able to propound better, they will be able to navigate between things, and a lot of people will grow in wisdom. If you say 80 above, yes, we can talk about that. At 90, we don't expect you again to have the strength, but I think at 70, these judges will still have the strength, will still have the appetite, will still have, how do you call it? The knowledge. Rich, increased knowledge. And I want to dare you, some of the people who reached 70 and left that bench, some are still teaching at the Louis Arthur Graham School of Law. Some of the people we've retired, taught after retirement, taught at the Louis Arthur Graham's School of Law. And they were teaching law. So my argument is, at that age, they're still knowledgeable. They carry enough experience. Why if we say at 75? I'm just suggesting, and you will have your say. Why if we say at 75 or below 75? But 70? We need to have a whole big conversation on it. We need to talk about it. We need to advance on it. We need concrete reasons and justifications why we should allow all these people go at 70. What happened to you at 70? But we need to have more conversation. So recently, so that is it for that. Recently, the government of Liberia has stepped up its fight against corruption. And actions are being taken by His Excellency the President. And most of the actions taken are actions people have demanded. At no time will outnumber when I still worked for Prime FM or Benson Street, when Mr. Weah came to power, or even before Mr. Weah came into power, there were citizens crying every day, every now, that President Salih should prosecute government officials deemed corrupt or accused of corruption by audits, audit report, and audit institutions. Mr. Weah came to power. The same call was made. Many thought he would have done a sweeping audit of the 12 years administration of Madam Salih. Not much we saw, and the evidences are here. All of us are still alive, and you could bear a witness. So Mr. Bwaga came in the first 5, 6, 7 months. Pressure is mounting. People want him to audit. People want him to look at audit report, to suspend his some of his cabinet members who they think were corrupt or their hands were allegedly in the cookies jar. After a year, the president began shaking up. And we are where we are today. In less than 2 weeks, 4 government officials, starting from the Telecommunications Authority, Mr. Abdullah Kamara, coming to the Monrovia Consolidated School System, Mr. Momo, James Momo, what's his name, James, yeah. Onward to Lacra, Tarata Sankolo. And the list goes on. And we are told by sources that a lot of government officials accused of corruption are also under probe. Once the president gets those reports, a lot of heads will roll. People will be suspended, and the LACC will be a basic ground. The Ministry of Justice will be a basic government entity, because if people are accused of corruption, Mr. President, and this is where I want us to talk about this issue about the fight against corruption. If people are accused of corruption and the state or the Ministry of Justice managed to convince you as the president that this person is corrupt, and we have enough pieces of evidence to convict this person, you need to go ahead and do suspension. When you do the suspension, the government agencies responsible, whether the LCC or the Ministry of Justice, must be able to do what is right. We can't suspend people on allegations of corruption and tell them to relinquish their positions and instruct them to make themselves available at all times to cooperate with the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission for any further investigation. Then, on the other hand, after their suspension, after the president suspend them, the LSCC will not do what they're supposed to do. These people are sitting and they're begging the LSCC to carry on its investigation. Some will actually want to be free because of the name. Others will want to challenge until they reach the last stage. But then the LSCC too will say, we know about the cases of Madam Emma Glasgow. We know about the case involving what's the other lady's name from Nokar, former representative the Swakoko Dennis, and some other people. So as you lead a charge to fight corruption, Mr. President, that powerful mandate and instruction, or the light of check, should be on the Ministry of Justice. It should be on the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission and all other individuals responsible for that, for adjudicating or for prosecuting people. Yes, That should be done. That is how people will understand or know that you are fighting corruption. But if you suspend people, Mr. President, and then without hearing nothing, the person just suspended, then the sense of wrong singular. Because the reason for which we say you are being suspended is because either you embezzled allegedly something belonging to the public, or either you took away something that do not belong to you. So when you are caught in that web, allegedly, and reported to the president, that person must be tried in a court of competent jurisdiction. If he or she mismanages public funds, they should be made to restitute, because it is not meant for their one or for them. It is meant for a particular group of people or the citizens. So we understand that. We know, Mr. President, you have the time. You will need a lot of time. But prosecution should not take us forever. That is when, people will give up and say, but the president, we thought he's fighting corruption. But he's not. Because you just suspend people, you dismiss them, and then there's no probe so that these people can clear their names. There is no investigation so that these people can go before a court of competent jurisdiction to say something. In my mind, then that is not a crackdown. It is welcoming. It is commendable, Mr. President. There are a lot of people who betray the public trust be dealt with. But when you suspend them, let's carry them to the law. Let the Ministry of Justice and the LSCC that is responsible or that are responsible go to do all documentation, all the legal processes, and let these people go to court. If they are guilty, two things: either they restitute or they go to jail. And what is happening should be a continual process. This is where I am coming about the audit or the investigation of the Wrepue and the team. And the team. So, if the Bwaga administration leaves tomorrow, a new government comes, we will still have to hear how these people who are in power now will have to account for what they did here. Nobody's saying they're perfect because they're bringing other people and persecuting them. That's not what we've said. But in every given democracy, in every space, accountability is a bedrock for any democracy. And it is important that we attach a lot of seriousness to that. If there are pieces of evidence to show that somebody is corrupt or they embezzle something, let them have the days in court. We should not adjudge them. We should not be the one to say, oh, they're not guilty, or they're guilty. They just want to arrest the people free. No. Let's wait. When a case reaches the court, let's wait that case to be properly adjudicated, because if we do not, we will be in trouble. Everybody will be claiming his or her own person. Oh, because the person from our party, the witch hunting them. Or because the person supported the unity party, the way the other party don't come to power now, they come and take everybody. When there are audit reports that point to wrongdoing, that is not the end. The end of the judgment is at the court. But the government of the day has that singular most responsibility to come for me, Trokon, to say, look, sir, reports in our possession find out that you've embezzled X, Y, Z amount of money, liquid asset or fit asset from the government, and we want you to go and answer to these charges. Every given democracy, it happens. So Trokon is going, and I must be glad to go because I will need to clear my name so that that record will not remain on me. So I'm supposed to be happy to go to such a probe. Even my supporters supposed to be happy or supposed to share that sentiment that I need to go and clear my name. And some of the people that grabbed yesterday were a mixture of former and current officials of the government. One of the deputy ministers from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, a very prominent woman, the wife of Amos C. Sawyer the Lep, was amongst those people that visited South Beach yesterday. She's a current deputy minister, deputy assistant, but she's a minister at the Ministry of State appointed by this president. The guy who's the communication person at the Disaster Management Agency is a worker of the government. Some of the very people Mr. Boaga has suspended are people he appointed. That is why I am asking that we give the court and investigators the chance to do the right thing, and for the government not to politicize the ongoing proceedings. Because if they do, the consequences will be enormous. One, you will lose cases. Two, when people see you start being too political, they will start to defend their own. Three, if you force things, you might lose control of the state. We have to be careful. If there are enough pieces of evidence that we have in our possession, it is that evidence we should base on to prosecute or to go for people. If we do not have enough evidence, well, how do you go to court without enough evidence? So the Asset Recovery Task Force, the Ministry of Justice, working with the Liberia National Police, did so yesterday. And Mr. Maswell came here, Mary Bro, and the rest of the guy got a bill, or they were bailed out. So you see how the process works. When they grab you, they carry you to the court. The court say, I carry the man to jail. It means you're guilty. It means you're guilty. You have to be under the government's custody or under the custody of the court and answer to these charges. If you are billed, a representative or councilman who want to stand for you will stand, and then the government will say, or the court will say, for example, every day 2 p.m. bring this man. The trial is on. He needs to answer the charges. So that's the proceedings. And I thought it was important to just speak to our consciences this afternoon to say, let's allow these legal processes to go on. Today, we are talking about former officials of the CDC. Tomorrow, we will be talking about former officials from this government. Whether that 2 terms they go or not, they will still be former officials. So the asset recovery team ran up not just former officials, but former and current officials were running up. It is a big thing. And all of us we have to welcome the fight against corruption. But we have to caution our government and our politicians, how is it done or how it should be done, so that we don't politicize it and do not meet the real intent of what we're supposed to do. Because if we do, there will be a problem. And at the end result, we might spend state resources free without any tangible results. So I pass by this afternoon to remind you that we need to be patient and allow these judicial processes to work. There were all sorts of things and saying about former Finance Minister Tue. Mr. Tue returned to the country. Has he died? Anything happened to him? Allegations were made against him. He's going through the court proceedings. It is part of democracy, but our only prayer is do it so that it doesn't look political. Because if you do it and it is political now, then there's a problem. And a lot of people will have a problem with you. And when a lot of people have a problem, then you will not achieve what you're supposed to achieve. So at this moment, if we are grabbing people, if we are persecuting people, it should be based on tangible reasons, facts. Yes, that's what I think. And that I think is good. All of us can go everywhere we want to show love and support to our political leaders, our political party people. We can do that, or we can do those. And I've not seen a time where the protesters or people who go to these places will prevent the police from doing its work forcefully. But I think it is a good path to allow the rule of law to take its place, to allow people to answer the charges whenever it comes against them. Whenever it comes against them. So it is important. And I hope all of us allow these processes to go on forward of non-interference or forward of interference, forward of infiltration of political desire, and let the processes be fair. People who go to court should have the day fairly on a good atmosphere. When they're wrong, they bear the full weight of the law. When they are right, they stand up tall and leave and celebrate. It is important. Lastly, before we take calls, the Ministry of Labor, the Labor Minister, Councillor Kopokra, on yesterday, they announced that they've revoked the permit of several persons who were in Liberia on grounds that they were not, or they are not working in conformity with the kind of document gave them. So the minister made us to understand that when these concessions come or these companies come, they're negotiating for these people. They put a particular top position that this person is supposed to serve in. When they leave the ministry, they come to their offices, then they give the person a low-level position that should be for Liberians. They gave it to the person. And there is no job security, there's no employment. A lot of people are suffering. But then you got different people who are not Liberians working in roles Liberia can work in. So thank you to the Ministry of Labor. I've been one person who's been very critical on them. I would like to say thanks to them. But the real hot spot of these places, I am convinced that the Ministry of Labor know these places. AFCON, for example, it's been hired by a seller meter. If that number was not the number of 3,000 illegal people, or people hired to work, it means there are Liberians over there that can't get a job. And foreigners are doing the job Liberians supposed to do. You want to visit companies like Firestone. The Ministry of Labor want to go to places like Golden, Veradium. Does the Ministry of Labor want to go to places like LAC, the Liberian Agriculture Company? Does the Ministry of Labor want to visit other places? Do they want to visit other places to know exactly what's happening? And I don't want to be quick to join other commentators who say these places are quote unquote pepper bush, they are untouchable. But I think we need to venture. When we venture, we will create a lot of jobs. And thanks to Darius Dillon, Senator Dillon in the Senate, for buying this idea, for holding on to it strongly. And sir, those work permits you revoked are the ones you issued last year. But when you told us that these people applied for a specific kind of position, and then they take their people to those companies or these job sites and change their position, we also want to believe. But then you need to check and check and check again. You need to check. Because if you came here and you gave me a work permit and I took it and carried it to my company way in Grand Judea County and tell the man, say, my man, you should be general manager on this work permit, but actually you will be store ball. That's a trick they use sometimes. Assuming we're all admitting. Quoting from your word. That's a trick they will use sometimes, that they will come and misrepresent the fact that they brought Trokon to serve as general manager or plantation manager or old manager, kind of manager. And then at the end result, Trokon is a mechanic. And Liberians who are here are qualified to become mechanics. So you take away job from the people. Minister Cry, you need holistic approach to that. And not just few companies or one or two companies. You need to do so. The more you do, the more holes we see closed and open, the better our people will get jobs. Because there's several companies, when we're off the radio, people tell us about them. Before we call them names, we have to do physical verification for ourselves. But there are several companies around here where foreigners flooded, doing the jobs Liberians can do when the rest of us are sitting without doing anything. So that ministry, kudos, but you need to double up your effort. I did not see why the different youth groupings from these institutions, especially the one from the NTR, will have a press conference, calling senators names, saying all kinds of things as if to say, so the same thing the senators were pushing, that's the same thing Cooper Cry has going to do the minister, Councillor Cry. Anything happened to him? Your coalition, was he dismissed? That's the logic a lot of us will not pull. Whatever success is achieved on that job is ascribed to the minister and the president, and not to one lawmaker. Or another one Trokon Wrepue who says on the radio and talk about it. They say, oh yeah, during the regime of the former labor minister, they won't happen, that won't happen. They would not say they got Trokon and talk. Or senators then were in the chambers talking. So this thing happened. We have to be very mindful. We have to be careful, very, very careful on how we deal with this issue. I know sometimes the sentiments come in, the momentum will come. Our brothers and sisters who are attached to these people politically will want to move into history, but it is important that we take a reflection. So, if it is true that there are over 7,000 jobs, why do you think Liberians cannot do the 7,000 jobs? If we are qualified and have the expertise, we need to do so. Because the more we create jobs for our people in the private sector, the less burden come on the government. That is why Minister Cry and others are there to do what is right. My old man, please do some rounds. Keep doing rounds. Reach to the big companies. Meta, Firestone, LAC. Take a tour there, do your audit, do your verification, and know who are the people serving in which position. You will have an understanding of what we are talking. But you've done well. Thank you. You've done well. Thank you. This is the conversation. You're still, if you're still with us, my name is Trokon, and 5 o'clock, Representative Alex Noah of Sino County will be my guest. We will talk about a lot here on today. Lastly, to the Ministry of Public Works. There are still roads in central Monrovia that are very, very deplorable. There are still places, right? I shouldn't say roads. So it seems that an entire spot. But there are places, there are spots in the city center that are very embarrassing. Broad and Johnson Street is, did I say Broad and Johnson? No. It's Johnson and Benson Street intersection. It's one of the terrible places. As usual, Benson and Gertie intersection too has been terrible, and I don't think you will face it anytime soon because I'm not seeing any sign. There are other spots across the city that people do not have convenient or comfortable ride because of how those places look. You are doing a very good job, and we don't want to be seen like overwhelming you with jobs. But pay attention to the city center like you've done other places. Yes. Papa's and Benson intersection was a net mad. You work on it. You went to the place around Duncan gas station going to what is school name over the Gibson. You work on the. You've worked on the Papa's and what's the corridor that name? Before reaching to the police station, right to the intersection, you work. You've done a lot. But these places in central town too need attention. Let us give them some attention so that it doesn't look like, oh, people can't get bouncing with you. Yeah, it's terrible. Rare. Benson and what's the street name? Right over there is terrible. Benson and Johnson intersection, very terrible. They got to go there and do some work. I know we'll have to wait for the rain to go down, the dry season come before that is done, but we actually need to do some. So we take few calls on anonymous. Right after those calls, we'll take a break, and if the lawmaker arrives, we will usher him in. So let's go to the line, talk to a few people. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm having just calling for the class.
Go ahead.
Thank you for the platform. No, I just want to tell our president, thank you for what you're doing for us. And I want for the Liberian people to really tell the president, thank you. The president that God has given us, we really need to appreciate him for what he's doing. You know, we have suffered in the country for too long. The corruption has eaten the fabric of the country. He's trying to follow the thing every day that politics. Why people people carrying them to the court? Why people always jump on the street for them to go and start protesting? What do they want them for? So if you go into that court, what the court want to do to the court? If you found guilty, I think that's the time we will be able to say something. But not just going to the court and we stay there, we protesting, we do the one. Why would do that one? So why would get up for them for? Why would building them for them here for? Mama, thank you for the show.
Thank you, dear brother. Let's talk to somebody else. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir. Welcome.
I'm Juventus Paula.
Yeah, I hear you, Chief.
Yeah, I would like to appreciate you, Trokon, for your analysis. For me, I'm not against fighting corruption. But when corruption is fought holistically, we will have agree to what they are doing. It is true what they are fighting.
That's what I said, that we should fight it holistically so other people don't feel targeted.
If you are not fighting it holistically, other people in your government have never accused, and the main person that fighting is after recovery, and he is alleged that he made money, they phone the government, and you are not taking action, then you want to be taking action against other people. For me, it's witch hunt. We don't have to do that. We want people to be prosecuted, but do the right thing. Don't make it country to be noisy for a 4 years. Don't make it a country to because we went for 14 years civil war. We don't want nobody to come say, oh, we want to the commission. Do it proper way. If somebody stole like Wrepue money, they should bear the full weight. We're not going to any other person, but you should do it the right way.
Okay.
And then my second one, I want to talk about the road issue about public work. You know, Portland Road coming to Johnsonville, right to the intersection there, right around the old police station, the Army, the people, they had a quota there, but they removed the quota, they brought mud and put it there. I don't know what kind of engineering is that.
Public Works remove the quota?
Yes. Now people they get the contract. The
contractor off-routed the quota.
Off-routed the quota. They cross out there. They stole the quota. We were there. They were selling the quota. But people that were selling there. They cross out. They were selling there. So these are things they got to kind of see. Some Portland Junction to Salvation Army. They're very much deplorable.
Okay.
People got to come and see it. They should not be saying that be serving water.
Okay.
Thank you.
Boy Jessico, what's the last name? Roden Rising. Hey, my dear young brother, thanks a million for the level of service and hard work. I do appreciate your defined efforts and time. Says I'm watching from a proper corner in Harris, North Dakota in the USA. Elizabeth Castle says, thank you, Mr. Host. Tell them Liberians need to know that a country where there's no rules and laws. Okay, let's move on. It says that would be a country rule. I can't understand this one. But let's leave it at that. This person writing, J. Wooden Yanti said, President JMB's decision to symbolically bury former President Sam Makedo alongside his wife, the former First Lady, is a laudable move. It marks the end of an era in Liberia and signifies a step towards national reconciliation. Yes, a step towards reconciliation, J. William Yanti. I agree, but we have to take it holistically and see what we can do. Hello?
Sorry for the feedback. Hello. This is Joseph Blake.
Yes, Blake. Let's hear you.
Yeah, and I'm calling you from the Clara Town.
Okay.
Let me say thank you for your analysis, and I think I agree with you 100%. My only concern with people that are saying the president is not fighting corruption holistically, it kind of boggles my mind because all of the instances or the cases are not the same.
Mm-hmm.
There are people that have been indicted, meaning these persons have already been investigated. It is from those investigations that indictment is drawn.
Mm-hmm.
There are people that have been alleged to have committed crime, and the president has taken decisive steps, like he stated, and has suspended them. Those people have not yet been investigated. How do you expect them to be prosecuted? They got to be investigated. Indictment is drawn, then they can be prosecuted. If that does not happen over the period of time, then we have concerns to talk about witch hunt here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But as it stands now, I don't see why people are crying wolf and say, oh, the corruption is not being followed. They say the other people that you only suspending them. The other people that you carrying in the court. Look, there were people that served for 6 years. Those people have been investigated, audit has been done, they have been indicted, and as such, they will go to court to go and vindicate themselves.
Yeah, that's just the reality.
Talking about asset recovery. Who in this government have the asset recovery gone behind and say you stole government property, so we're coming for it in 2 years? Nobody. So are you saying now the government should start going to ministers and say, look, you've been working for 2 years, we come and check whether you got government assets? Is that what we're saying? Let us be frank. If we all talk about corruption to be fought, we should laud the government when the government is doing the fight against corruption. There is just a scare tactic to be able to divert the president's mind for fighting corruption.
Okay.
We all got to be at one side. If we're saying this, let's put party aside.
Okay.
If people go against the state and support state resources, let them be brought to book, irrespective of who they are. And so I want to be very grateful to you for your analysis. I think that was very correct. And let us all support this fight so that Liberia can be a better place for every one of us.
Thank you, Blake. Thank you, Blake. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Bossman, when you're having different conversation, let us know now. We'll take somebody else.
Thank you. Sorry for that. My name is Prince Mayo. I join you for Electoral District 13 on the All Distribution Avenue in Chocolate City this evening.
Okay, Prince.
Jogo, let me appreciate you. I listen to people of Blake. Look, so I'm a Luto Tape, that DAC said Luto Tape, he was in the cookie jar. I want Luto Tape that the president passed behind everybody and go and pay Luto Tape off. I want Luto Tape about the people in a situation. So, you hear say somebody say rare, but it's not proving you get the people to change. But you hear your relative from NCSS, how they call it, get key back from NCSS, how they call it, chairs money. Why you can't get into jail too? Why you can't get into jail? That's what they put that wish on.
No, but
no one bargain.
Indictment, people you are seeing they carrying to court are the ones indicted. The ones the president are suspending, their investigation have not concluded yet. So if the LACC concludes with their investigation and indict them, then the court can take action. That's how it looks.
Yeah, so I mean, where unless they stole the property money in Baka, but I mean, during one area, here the RRA boss. He stay in a position as RRA boss.
When the car the man bought out his personal car, he said he stole money and bought a personal car.
Like personal car, then you resign. You get a car to go get everything like a personal car. People say, oh, that car where can we say again? Now a personal car.
I didn't hear what you said. That's why I asked. Stop making palaver with me. I asked why. I just wanted you to repeat what you said. That's all.
Now a personal car. That public money he used to buy the car where he resigned. The president after him. But my brother, he say, oh, you get under 29,000. They got red and the people running behind. What they put that wish on? You must be just. You must be just when you come to reckon how they call it issue. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Liberians are speaking out. Hello. Yeah, let's hear you. How we say?
Yeah, everybody always thank God for that.
Okay. Let's hear you.
Also to my OK family. So far, yeah, go talk about corruption. Yes, go talk about corruption. You want to define corruption on your platform. We should thank for the God that they come and fight corruption. Tell the people themselves. Sometimes the other person lay the final minister where he from that first week, they find out David. The prime minister is lay on a level tie.
Oh, he carried the minister to the level and tie him there?
Yeah, what the man.
That one about that fighting corruption, they go beat the man, he carry the middle cover, the middle guy.
You the Senator ASCC for that before the president minister of justice take care of it. The only one who come a correction that was say between want to help. So they work into the country. For our children, for you and I, they were come for that they put in a camp. So they tell them they work in a borrow to this. So they not for no man, you are going to Trokon. They are started but not divide the country.
Okay.
Our resources, small but just take it. They want to talk back across in your time. We'll fight what I will see in. And more way, they don't feel you.
Thank you. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Let's hear you. I'm fine. Let's hear you.
Yeah, okay. Trokon, the name is in particular Divan Fearful Political Apostle in like 4 on page 16. Let's appreciate this even for the topic on the discussion. And let me commend our President Joseph Human Braga for the fight against corruption. One thing in life is that if you want to function well, if you want to succeed, do not listen to what the traitor will say, because not everybody will like what you will do. Do what is right for you. Because President Joseph Imampoka, since for I think 2 or 3, let's say 3 or 4, 5 decades, we haven't seen this happening. And what President Joseph Imampoka is doing is of something that we Liberians need to be happy. Is a precedent about to be said that any government that will come in power, they will follow suit, and then any officials who are supposed to work in that government, they will know how to work. This is not about one witch hunting. People should stop this. President Joseph Imampoka is even fighting right within his own government, and then I like what you are saying by educating those guys who know the truth or try to bang the truth by even telling them that, oh, this man, you have already, and a prosecutor, not prosecutor, you have already from people and send them to what LSU for investigation. So if any indictment comes out, the Supreme Court will come after those people. So I don't know why the guys are rushing. They see what the state of this man is doing. They're not happy. And even those guys who create that, these are people who were suffering yesterday because why? Those guys have everything and stolen from there, and they were living on what own. And then this guy try to put it together, then they have why do we so Liberian? But you stop the kind of thing, man, that will give up to the president. Man. It's a fast.
Thank you. Oh, what other man? Hello? Oh, hello?
Trokon, how you doing?
I'm fine. Let's hear you.
Trokon, James Yakwe. Trokon, I want to say thank God for the government. Oh, Trokon, the kind of block they get today, the partition of government and no principle. When that block is still laid, Trokon will be very correct. I only think for Mo Ali. What else should I get? See your trouble like that. You made mistakes. The new government come into power. You finish, we will track you. And also other people, Amos were made fun. We realize the way that they're doing it. You putting your people on the line, on the front line. Where about Brandon J. Samuka? When George Weah track that man to pay the money, man, they know the man can't take his seat. They forget. I didn't want to tell the citizen, you are taking all the street, you are taking, but when I can negatively, because when you can there, the government too, I want to have to help the government for us. We step by the government, and the government, the thing, what they're doing, the way they started, if the jam made for all of it, and we'll come into another now, we'll look for someone who will say, I will take the corrupt people in the country. And anyone will bring.
Oh, you didn't hear you go, my man. Sorry, yeah? I'm going to call you off. Hello?
Yeah, hello? I'm Christopher Wida, and I'm calling you from Digital Wrepue. You know, Trokon, I'm very much surprised. I don't know what we Liberians really need. Because we complain that we want people who stay from us to be persecuted. But then when the president is trying to do it, we are complaining. I think what my brother from all sides need to know is there is a foundation that this government is laying. So whoever that is in government and serving know that after your services in the nation, if another government take over, you be checkmate. So I don't see it necessary if we're calling ourselves Liberians and we want people to be accountable to us. We are complaining that people are going after people with a witch hunt and so forth. So it will make us, or it make those people in power to just be happy. Today I will see tomorrow when the people come after me, I will have people who will be there to protect me to do this. So I think we Liberians just need to sit and watch and see how the justice system goes on well with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hello?
Hello? Trokon? Hello?
Hello, let's hear you.
Trokon?
Yes. Good evening. Go ahead.
Trokon, this is Ajay Wuzin. First because son of KOK, and I'm joining you. I've been resident. Trokon, I want to say thank you to you for the conversation. But when it comes to reconciliation, it's something that we as Liberians should be sincere about it. Because, I follow you closely discussing the president being someone who is being a reconciler. It's not a good thing about us because seeing the president previously going to Nimakante for the former Senator Bearer, it was not a good thing. Some of the sounds and some of the things we say from Nimakante was not a good thing. Today we see the president again in Grenji there. Some of the is going on there with the support of the Unity Party and that of action from those officials. Is not a good thing. We see Podnege, one person who supported the president for the presidency, and today we are seeing a confusion between Podnege and that of President Representative Yaya Koluba. Is not a good thing. So I believe reconciliation should not be about us speaking it within our mouth. It should be something from our heart. So if the asset recovery thing is another thing again, if they are going after people, it should be sincere about it. It should not be something that should be wished on, because people you are suspending people and then you are there interpreting other officials who did not. If you work in your government, that would be a wish on. So I believe we should be sincere of reconciliation. It will be a better thing for our country. It starts from the president, down to the former president, and all our officials who are in government today. Thank you for asking.
Thank you. Hello.
Yeah, Trokon, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Let's hear you.
My name is Mohammed, and I still live on the border out in Democracy. 16. Let me appreciate you ever on your weekend presentation. You know, my brother, I think those people then that was in that allegedly was indicted. I think for me, the President Baka is taking the Wrepue step. To be very honest with you, okay? Let on the issue of the COVID-19 full distribution that even went on, where the former charity director boss, Mary Broad, and the former foreign minister, everyone of them, they were in that yesterday, they were even for beyond iron bar at the Memorial celebrating at those. These people there, my community was even offensive. My community did not even receive any ration COVID-19 food distribution during the quarantine. Okay? I don't know whether they were in who was on business partner that even sold the rest. But nobody knows. So I think the people there, they should be highly investigated. When they find guilty, they should go to the they should go back at the Memorial Center prison for 15, 25 years. So next time, sure, my brother. You see this? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Except that the case involved is not about COVID-19 ration. There is some food that came here from Saudi Arabia. But let's talk to at least three more persons. Then we'll take a break. Yeah. Let's hear you.
Yeah, this is Newton. I'm calling from Grove.
Yeah.
Trokon, thank you for the show. Sometimes I want to ask that what really will win this country. Because sometimes I get confused about our situation. When you say the government should do the government doing it, when the government not doing that problem. So I want to read detail on me. Please let us show but just read it on what by 16 to 17. Let people know what you're talking about law. Please.
Okay. Hello?
Trokon. Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Thank you. I'm Samuel Kwiwon, and I need Johnson for this evening. You know, sometimes when we listen to the radio and hear people who have been suppressed, denied for years, that have been on the radio crying about how people stealing from this country today, calling again, crying that they should take out with the people who stole from them. Look, what you call wish on? When citizens got to know the word wish on? When that word was in the dictionary? Look, investigation, look, somebody say first come, first serve. Somebody committed a crime in 2022, 2023. They saying that somebody who committed a crime just last year will be investigated for the man who committed a crime in 2021, 2022. Look, Liberian, citizen, I mean that was citizen. You need to be very careful. There is not a law for somebody that you will pull your neck on the chopping board. Somebody call it for way in or a neutral time. A city, a country will be another place. You say it's for Zimbabwe. Look at the place you live in. That place should be well developed. But people from that same community came and stole from this country. Look at the southeast. All of your poor people, your colleagues, and your poor people, they were all here sitting and they forgot about that southeast region. That place will develop. Look at using that money passing right here. Summer 12. Would you call it? They now go home.
Except that they is not found guilty of any stealing yet, so we have to be careful.
Yeah, the court have to say that, but you will know. If I live here with you, Trokon, you know very well that I have not worked before, I have not earned salary before. And that's why they just call me today, and I started to call engineer, calling to construct my house.
Why ever using my salary?
Your salary to build copper, how much you making? So the thing, financial matter is very easy. If you don't have a financial knowledge, So, this year, please wait. Say your man came here, you were busy making music, you were not persecuting people.
Thank you, my man. I'm not part of this thing now. Hello?
Yeah, hello?
After you will take the last person.
Yeah, I'm John Stilberty calling from the Japanese Free and Good afternoon to a listening audience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Trokon, you spoke of unity. But me very honest with you. President who said Human Burger is the main proponent of this unity in this country. I gave you an example. When Labrador won the bid on a non-permanent representative member on the seat, the President Burger recognized former President Weah, the President Burger, I said no. And let's be honest, the worst form of corruption is deception, lies, and hypocrisy. And President Burger continued to exhibit that. He condemned the use of private jet. Now he rides private jet. President Burger spoke of a luxurious vehicle. Now he riding luxury. What can we say? You know, we have to be very honest with people in this country. President upon the shoulder of President Joseph Human Burger to unify this country. But he continued to tear this nation apart day after day. So I support the fight against corruption. So President Burger can stand up and support that fight. But if not, it's just a political distraction by the Irish. To be honest with you, have a good day.
Thank you very much. The last person, we'll take a break. Hello? Hello?
Hello? Yes, hello.
Yep, let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm Eddie Johnson. I call from Singapore.
All right, Eddie.
My brother, look, don't even hear here on IR or reconciliation. No reconciliation going on in the country. When politicians take the podium and then a public gathering and then talk about reconciliation, you ready to still about reconciliation in the country? Look at the whole program going in Grand Chile. Yeah, look at the whole program going in Grand Chile first. If you are the member of Pong, where you never swim buried, you pop at the main time, say about it, you directly. You know, go do political thing on it. They talk about reconciliation. I'm not.
Thank God you didn't say nothing else. You go. This is the conversation. 5 o'clock. We expect the arrival of Representative Alex Noah, Sino County District 3 lawmaker, to be our guest. The last time I had him, we had a very civil conversation, and I hope we do same today when he comes here. Don't you go anywhere. Be with us. I'm Trokon.
Mama, who takes care of development in our country?
We all do, my baby. You see, every time we pay our taxes, we are taking care of our country, Mama Liberia. Taxes help provide clean water, safe communities, and jobs for our people. When you pay your tax, Liberia grows.
Be proud, be responsible. Pay your taxes for a better Liberia. Pay tax, we all enjoy.
Your favorite RLJ Kendeja Resort and Villas is new and improved with top-notch first-class services guaranteed to make you feel pampered and special as our royal guests. Ideally located on the RI Highway, a few minutes drive from the rehab junction, right in front of the Atlantic Ocean, you are assured of a peaceful, serene atmosphere of a home away from home. The ingredients for our Liberian meals are freshly picked from our garden to give you that unforgettable taste of Liberian cuisine. Our villas are designed and equipped to ensure every night spent with us is a memorable one. We are well positioned to host conferences and seminars of all sizes, as well as outdoor events like garden weddings and parties. Book your upcoming events and leave the rest for us to handle with 100% satisfaction guarantee. You can reach us on 0770-533-415 or email us at reservations@kendejaresort.com.lr. Visit our website on www.rljkendejaresort.com.lr. RLJ Kendeja Resort and Villas, for memories worth repeating.
Are you a driver? Do you have a ride? Want to make some extra cash? Say no more, because we've got you covered. Omuta has arrived. The best driver's app to ever hit Liberia. With over 1 million riders just waiting for you. Join the train right now and don't be left out. Drive at your own convenient time. Drive whenever it suits you. Drive on the weekdays. Drive on the weekends. Drive in the evening. Make driving work around your lifestyle. The good news is you get paid every day. Every time you drive, you get money. So don't be left out. Rush now and get your Omuta app on Google Play and Apple Store. It's Omuta. Omuta, the best driver app connecting Liberia. So don't be left out. Join the Omuta family right now and make some cash. Let's roll, baby. Let's roll, baby.
Attention, attention, attention to all lovers of the good things in life. A house is not a home, and a home is the one place where you should feel relaxed and accomplished. Your home should reflect who you are. So, it's time to make that upgrade with minimal damage to your pockets. And I have the perfect solution for you. Home Sweet Home, located on Benson Street, between Center and Buchanan Streets, got you covered. From the kitchen, we have air fryers, juice makers, pressure cookers, freezers of all sizes, and all the modern kitchenwares you can think about. From the bedroom, we have top-of-the-line, exquisite beddings to give you that great night's sleep because you have earned it, and soft, comfortable towels for your bathroom. And in the living room, we have high-definition TV sets of all sizes, unique aerial rugs, classy curtains in all the colors you desire, wall paintings of different sizes and colors, furniture, and everything you can think about for the home. All that at unbelievable prices. We even have low voltage, high quality washing machines and dryers to keep your clothes fresh and new at all times. As a bonus, we have fashion accessories for both the young and the old, designer quality bags, hats, and rare jewelries. So if you love yourself, your family, and your home, it's time to treat it right. Visit Home Sweet Home on Benson Street between Center and Buchanan Streets for that needed upgrade. You can call them on 0886 834 944 or 0770 581 420. Home Sweet Home, for the love of a classy home.
Rushing. Why are you rushing to so?
You, Judy, don't give me a hard time, man. I'm going to the bank to get my cash because the bank was so close.
You can use the ATM?
My ATM card expired ever since.
My man, you don't need ATM card. Just use the mobile app and generate an e-token. All you have to do is to just log on the app, you click on Express Cash. Then you select ATM. From there now you select generate e-token. Then you select the account you want the money to come from. From there you select the currency that you want. If the Liberian dollars or US dollars. Then you put in the amount that you want, whether $10 or $20, you put it in and you generate your e-token. It's simple, like 8 numbers that will come to you. When you get that number, just go to any ATM there. All you have to do is to just select the C Express Cash on the ATM now. The place where you're supposed to put your ATM pin, that way you pull that 8 number. Then it will ask you for the amount. That money where you generated, that money will come with the ATM will pay you.
So simple. Ego Benance for me again. I will always make use of the Express service big time. Eco Bank, the Pan-African Bank.
Thank you. Welcome back to the conversation. We're still anticipating the arrival of Representative Noah of Sino County. I'm told he's on his way here. And when he reaches here in the studios, we'll have a conversation on some of the issues unfolding of Capitol Hill and in his district. And we'll also talk national politics. Okay, let's take one song very quickly right after that one. All right, instead of song, let's take this. This is former President Charles Taylor. Let's listen to this.
The people came here before, they told you they could sell your rice for $9, they lied to you. They came here, they say they could bring all kind of things to Grand Bazaar, they lied to you. When the thing was tough in the country, they jump on plane, they ran away, they lied to you. You know, you'll be standing right on the road, the bus will pass by you, you say, hey God, why didn't you get on the bus? So we have stopped the bus. You got until Wednesday to declare your intention because you can't Thursday, then I mean you lie to us. You know, their job business will finish. Look, mind yourself. I will tell you exactly what will happen in Grand Bassa County. Look, I am going to take the oath of office, God willing, on August 2. By our, and this is serious business. Within 30 days of me taking the oath of office, you will begin to see movement in Buchanan City. I want to tell you, I want to tell you the kind of movement I'm talking about. The people came here, they checked the whole Limco situation. I will move Limco back here within 30 days.
And this was doing before the 1997 election. That was former President Taylor speaking to the Bassa people. He was campaigning, and it was interesting to know how these political people will speak directly. I don't know how did they know that these people want to hear what I am about to say, or let me say this thing. This is what the people hear. Yeah, how the Bassa people are cheering. We want Gange.
And I can tell you something. I remember, you know, those of you that do not know Dark Panagange Taylor, we didn't come here to tell you something that we have not done. When I came to Buchanan, the people say, oh, Liminco had light for what they call it, the loop or the fruit or whatever. What did I tell them? Put light in the center of Buchanan, and light was put here. I can assure you that no company, no corporation will operate in this city and live an exclusive life and deny our people light and water. If they have light and water, they will give Buchanan light and water. You know, a lot of you people have seen Lack here, Lack been here for a long time. Okay, Lack, I'm coming. I'm coming, Lack, I'm coming. We are going to provide all security and necessary incentive for Lack and other companies to work. That's very clear. Now, Lack will have to begin to look into the problem of the retirement benefit that it promised the citizens that work for the company. Mind you now, Lack, get ready. we gave you small time, but like it is not enough to tap the rubber and put the lay tide in truck and carry it on the ship. No. No way. We are telling like as we told Firestone, we're not going to rush you, but the time we can't wait forever. Look, like let's face something here too, so we can put on the made in Liberia. Our children have to go to school at least face small thing, maybe pencil eraser self. Do something for us. Maybe the rubber band we put around the JJ, do something here. The lay plastic glove for the hospital, at least do small here. Send and train our citizens of Grand Bassa County. You can't just tell us now, to run generator, they say they got to go bring European to run generator here. Oh, there's some of them now, they say that no, we're supposed to be stupid people now. They have to go abroad to bring engineer. Oh, but who built the railroad here? The engineer business we're talking? The Liberian people built the railroad. We will make sure that before you bring any man in the country who is an expatriate, we will check.
And these political people, I don't know. When they reach at a particular point and come to you, I don't know, they look and representatives know how to tell us what they can really do. They look at the crowd and know exactly what you want to hear or what you want to listen to. Hearing former President Taylor, he's dealing with lock. That plantation is way in District 3, Grand Bassa County. He was telling the people out of the back pay lock would pay back. They would face rubber band here. They would do this one. And the Bassa people are happy. Everybody's just yelling. But it's better late than never. The Sino County young lawmaker is here. Let's welcome him. Sir, thanks for coming. It's a pleasure having you again for the second time since you became representative.
What is the determinant of the being young there?
You're young. The other lawmaker I hosted was, I mean, he's older than you. So you're young. I had what's his name? I had the other lawmaker here. But thanks for coming.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
How has it been like for you?
It's good. I'm good.
Okay.
Thank God for everything in the midst of all of the ups and downs. Mm-hmm. When there's light, there's hope.
Sure.
Yeah. We are good.
To begin with, how do people of your district? Have you been there? When last? What are you hearing from back home?
Today, 26th, I was in Sano, and I was in the district on the 22nd and 23rd.
Oh, but then it's recent.
The blessed part of my people, they have an energetic young man.
And you say he's young again.
Yeah, who, I mean, 8, 9, 10 hours. I mean, no problem with it. Shaka, everything is okay. So I can see that anytime I want to. That's why I try to invite.
Great. So you've been over there forever before you became representative, meaning because the last time I had you here, we had similar conversation, meaning you have a full understanding of the challenges your people are confronted with. That's why you dreamed and said, I can represent these people. These are places I can lay emphasis to revitalize the livelihood of our people, give the young people the education they need, talking about health and all of those. Let's look back in the district. What have been some of the things you've done?
So many times, sometimes I resent going on radio because you don't want to regurgitate some of the things you have said a few months ago, and then when you can't say the same thing, then somebody say, oh, but that's the same thing. But that's why our position also require to keep updating our people and making sure that things that at the time we spoke that never happened to bring you up to speed also. So yeah, basically we are impacting every sector of my district. I cannot do it alone. Kudos to some of our people in America, some of the organizations from my district in America infrastructure-wise, they are getting involved in some of the bigger towns. Some sino citizens, places putting money together and building clinics on their own as their contribution back home. So let's say that when people talk about building Liberia, you don't expect one person to do it. So I'm so excited having.
But sometimes it depends on the leadership.
Exactly.
You trusted,
exactly.
A lot of people will come.
And they are not doing it through me, but the fact that it happening under my leadership, right, under my supervision, then I think I should employ them. So yeah, basically, infrastructure. I can put it tell you now. I was just on a line with a lady who is building clinic again in some part of the district called Battle Town in Lower Drawson. The second woman or the second leadership in America, they're building guest house, I think 13, 14 rooms in your town called Pelican, right? And then you have other organizations. I'm trying to highlight things that people doing. The fact that we're talking about expansion, infrastructure of our district, then we should also give praises to people who are contributing.
Great. In our studios is Representative Alex Sonneborn Noah. He's here with us, and in the next 45 to 50 minutes, we'll be looking at a series of. Did I hear that you're building a radio station?
So yes, I've already built it. I've constructed it. As we speak, by tomorrow, they will be carrying similar things today. The decks, carrying people to install them. That's the only thing. Because mind you, now when I told you when I came here, that those things will be turned over in July. So July 26th. In fact, the matter of our customers, sporting materials, everything is in country right now. The local LFA doing their work. So you have the Edis Noah reconciliatory tournament that is inclusive of all of the contestants during the 2023 elections and all of our people. Because I told you the last summer district is comprised of 5 statutory districts. What that means is geographically, I'm the only bigger district in terms of land size in the county. Sano has 9 statutory districts. Out of the 9, I only get 5.
What?
So if I
you carry a lot of weight.
Yes. So I mean, to travel through my district take you a month consecutively if you are using motorbike. Let's say all of the roads are paved, they are accessible, but knowing that some places I will walk, some areas I will get in Kino, then it take you about 3 to 4 months.
How do you get across those places?
So yes, our country have 2 seasons. So those places that have to do with Kino during the dry season, then I go and see those people. But in the absence of my physical appearance, the extension of all of the
gestures,
developments, and our coordinators and other people.
Do they understand it that way?
Yes.
How they love me going to come see you because I know how these people
such a time, also such a condition, and I know when people are resilient people, I think they know at that time there are risks involved. In getting Kino, more especially
what the water banks.
If you can swim and all of that. So I know they want to have a representative for 3 to 4, 5 terms, so nobody wants to risk him. So yes, they understand that.
They want to have a representative for how many terms?
I mean, you can do it later, but
I will call him and keep him for 2029.
Yeah, so I mean, but basically, the radio station is completed.
That's good.
We completed also the city hall.
Yes, we talk about it.
Yeah, the city hall. We just finished it. It's 4-day air cool also. We put TV and all of that. What that means, where people are seated and waiting for you, they should be looking at something. Let them be looking at BBC. Let them be seeing things out of the place they reside. Let them know what's going on in Monrovia. That's, for me, I see it as eye opener, right? To people who just born in, those young people who have not seen eating that money I want to spoil when I send for 2 buses to make our young kids. Today they send me the pictures that will be on the buses. They were in school the morning. The young people were excited to see the pictures.
The buses, the pictures are on the buses?
No, yeah, they send the picture when the buses arrive.
Then they enter the bus.
Exactly. You put it there so that, I mean, but the line was filled. They were all excited.
Everybody
Who want to
went-
be on the
yeah.
car that when the car passing, they will be seeing you.
Yes, yeah.
And the reason beyond that is to make sure that if that child, for example, thinks that we're coming to Morovia, it wouldn't be strange getting up in the morning, going to a bus stop to get in the bus. So to do all of these things, they are cost intensive, but also they are open up for our people. And you can only do them if it's somebody who want to have vision. Because in the past, it's not unique to my county. Many times people keep their people at one point, they get stagnated because they don't want them to improve also. And what that means, you will know that our people, they are resilient people, they love their people, they love their leaders. But equally so, you got to prepare the next batch of leaders.
Yeah, sure.
That tomorrow, if I'm
You won't
not
be
there,
representative for-
the other young people today who are being imparted educationally, you think about all the sectors, they will also say, when our brother at the time was represented, these are things that happened, and through them, we were able to reach to the level.
And they can replicate.
Also, this is why that every big town in each of those districts are doing youth center. As we speak, and the Pretorians are yet normally, I don't do this thing. That's why when I'm in studio, I say open one line for Sano people. Because if you know you're not doing anything good there, you will now even want people to call. But I want Sano people I want all my politicians, the young people who can chair middle, that all of them call and see if what I'm saying is live. There's a place now in San Juan, specifically Toberville. I've been in my third house in the district.
passed there before.
Good. I've been in my third house there. I don't want to carry you July 26 for celebration and then I'll be asking for room to sleep me as a representative and at the same time looking for room for you. Then the people efforts of
I will come
voting
and
me.
talk it, right?
Exactly. It's in futility. So I think when you talk it, basically people will say, oh, and I own horses. But first thing first, I'm in Balanceville in Morovia. If you were passing and you saw that beautiful house in that town, the first thing you say, there's a beautiful house in Toberville before who gets it, right? Before asking that, it carries a town name because it beat it fast the town. So basically, I'm only telling our people, giving them hope that I will be with you all the time.
Okay.
Because a mobile representative, when I want to something, in and there when they come, you are sleeping in the pub, are you? No. How do those people bring their problems to you? How do they, where do they sit to see you? But if I go into Sino, I'm forced to stop to my house in Toberville. Mind you now, I'm trying to break also the travel barrier.
The Sapo.
The Sapo and the crew team. Mind you, my
How
district.
are you doing?
Come in now. My district is comprises of 5 statutory districts, 2 are crew districts.
And remaining 3
Right?
Sapo.
But in the election, I want all the districts.
Really?
I want 4.
And which background
I
are
come
you?
in. I want from the Sapo side.
Okay.
I want 4, right, out of the 5. And I came second in the one that I did not win. But I mean, politically, to get 500 plus vote to a particular place and you win the election also, it means you won. So, yeah, leaving the Sapo end, and because prior to the elections, I built 2 horses in 2 of the Sapo districts, Wakaba and Joazo. Today, I'm in San Juan. By 2027, I'll be in Tayo and Sincon, for example. Now, it will be the first of a kind. First thing first, in the past, people will be scared. Oh, I'm not coming from the place because of the way our people kept our people under the impression that the locals are not together. No, we politicians have the problem. Time for election, you want to categorize our people, make sure that you indoctrinate them into those things that have the proclivity to undermine, right, the election so that you can win. Then you say, oh, that person is a bad person. If I say you need to get
And to reunite them could be, I mean, in trouble. Because
so now, I'm setting a bar in a district that could also be maintained by who be the next representative after my term, right?
After your terms or your term?
For now, until the people give me the mandate.
All right.
I'm talking about the one term they gave me first. So I'm focused about it, and I know by 2029 I need to reapply to get the people signatures again.
Great.
So yeah, basically we also doing that together, the youth center and that building. As we speak, we'll be finishing them before November so that we can turn them over. Also, there is a place called Jacksonville. There's a place called Jacksonville in Taiwan. Also, our people there, they ask the office for nursing quarter.
Okay.
Because the clinic there, to get good people.
But there's a clinic situated there?
Yeah, clinic there already. Right. But to come to you here who lives in Wrepue and understand what it means to go in the bush, you need some to facilitate.
Accommodations.
Yeah, accommodations and all of that. So yes, it has been approved by my office. By November, we're starting the nursing quarter. By January, February, we'll be turning it over. The reason you do all of these things is to make sure that everybody feel part of your leadership and part of all of the impacts that are being made in the district. And this is what we are involved with. Also in our Jacksonville, like I told you the other day, and the preparations are on our way. We're trying to decentralize, I'm using the word decentralize, that a new word now for the outstation posts and all of that. But we try to, before the election about an ambulance, I think you did an interview here, that ambulance catering to 5 statutory districts, I think is a branding somewhere on the gravel right and all of that. No, it's being maintained. Okay. So, I mean, you get older more, depends the way you take care of yourself. So it's a land cruiser every time, interchangeably between the hospital and we do services to make sure that it's up to date. Now, we're trying to get one more for Jacksonville and Taiwan. Sorry, Jacksonville and San Quentin. But Jacksonville is a town in Taiwan. So I actually meant to say Taiwan and San Quentin. Now, if you do that, the other 3 districts that are connected and closer, they feel relaxed because the other ambulance will not be facing
the pressure will reduce.
So the reason I'm so excited in doing all of these things is because of the assessment that have been done on the first one that I've done. Now, for some reason, sickness has dropped in my district because they know ambulance is parking and nobody can die easily. Unless in the past where we got to call for ambulance for 3-4 hours before it come, maybe by the time you arrive, that person, is no more. So you do all of these things to make your people to feel different. And this is how people contrast and compare leadership.
Great.
And that's how you determine legacy.
You seem to be really connected to your people per the explanation and some of what the undertakings you're doing. Did the nearly 7 months of impasse up Capitol Hill affect your district, and how, if it did so?
No, nothing happened to the district. Nothing happened to me. Also,
were they concerned?
No, they were concerned that I remain committed to the Constitution, not to individual. I wish we did. We wanted the right thing to be done, and we stood by what we stood for. So yes, my people were so excited, and that's why I'm one of the excited representatives also, having people who are resilient and patient manner. So at that time, my people were feeding me. Some of them would send me $100. Some of them will be sending me $150. Even if I'm hungry,
US?
No, just what are you Liberty, but then sending me no. So yes, to tell you, it's not. They are not people who are carried by what you have. They are people who are motivated by what they see you doing. So yes, some of them will say, "Oh, someone will praying for you," but please be committed, and that commitment should be backed by the rule of law, and that's what we stood for. And I'm so excited to go through whether sensitivity treatment or whatever treatment that we got, but I went through it and successfully we came from in it.
Great. We are where we are today. I mean, at the house, there's a new leadership. How is it? What are your feelings? What are you thinking?
I think life is going on, and I think we all pray that the new leadership succeed so that people can compare the old and the new. For me, the country should be bigger than any of us. And I feel as a young man, I will not take my personal feelings and put it in politics. I will take the feelings of the Liberian people and be able to see how the country move forward. So yes, I feel I pray for the new leadership. I know that everything will not be rosy. There will be ups and downs in the midst of that. I pray for success for all of us.
Are you chairing any committee or co-chairing any leadership committee?
Yeah, the matter of fact, I was appointed as a head of delegation to the Pan-African Parliament for Liberia delegation to the Pan-African Parliament. So yes, I will be out there.
You have a lot of travels to make.
Yes, but not just to be in a plane. The matter of fact, I'm now a fanatic of plane. But equally so in
that means something that was be flying.
Yeah, you can try it for when you reach San Antonio, then I can follow you. But equally so, I think it's a job that we can go and represent our country, put it on the map. Fortunately, we just got non-permanency at the UN. So mind you, if you were to represent our country on any of the international parliament arrangement, you have that supremacy in terms of recognition and all of that. That should be a pride to our country. That's a country, and I feel obliged also to see as a challenge to be able to contribute internationally and nationally to the building of our country and our regional tide.
You sit at the House of Representatives, one of the leaders of the country. When you wake up in the morning and see the marshal is suspending people, the Arab, the asset recovery team, people have been arrested, taken to court. How does it feel? What are you thinking? What comes to mind?
Nothing I think about beside my district. I just want my district people to be
in national leadership role.
Yeah, no, I come in but there's a place that brought me here. And the reason I'm saying it, I'm going to get to your question. All that I try to say is where first, if I'm not elected by Sino County, specifically District 3, then you will not be asking me the question. So always I put my people first. You know that song, eh? I put myself yes, but on a serious note, I think nobody wants to have a country that we don't have a law. But also, what we know that is necessary, but we should do it holistically, we should do it in a transparent form and manner. We should not do it in a pick and choose manner in our Liberian parliament. And the reason I'm saying that is every step to stopping a bad habit, it will help people who have future intention in doing those things to say no. I mean, now our country is on a path for law, it's not on a path for men. So when you do this, even government out, you will be treated as common criminal if you go through all of the proceeding and you are being guilty. But my fear and my prayer, we have had, as a country, we have had enough of segregations, backsliding, war for 14 to 15 years, and even after elections, you know that people take election very serious and personal. After elections, people are bitter. But in the midst of all of that, there's a reason God poured here through a definitive. And that reason that we are called Liberian is because nobody between us here chose the part of the world they would have gone. It was God's own choosing to say you Liberian. So they pour us here. If we know that we cannot deport any Liberian, then we need to work together to make sure that the interests of our country is bigger than our personal aggrandizement and our feelings. So, as a young man, I prayed, I encouraged the government to make sure that people who they feel went against the viability of the growth of our country and the personal growth of every Liberian. Because mind you, if our wealth, if our resources as distributed in an equilibrium form, when you're eating green, The other person should be able to get a pamphlet. They should be able to get a pepper soup, right? We all flowing as Liberian. But if you're eating green and you want that person to be starved, then I think it's a problem. So if your behavior to continuously eat greens will make other people to sleep hungry, then there's a problem. But you cannot determine that problem until the processes are further. All that I'm saying, if you are accused of stealing from SYZ ministry, I know before all of those pronouncements or maybe the public documents are out, they accuse us to have sufficient evidence to substantiate all of the claims. Now, also, our court system, we pray for all of the judges and everybody to be strengthened, to be strong in their minds, that no interference based on political will should also spoil somebody's reputation.
The court has to be independent.
So all of those things, when they are followed, then nobody will be against the rule of law. And that's what I pray for.
If you just join us, a reminder, you're listening to the OK Conversation, the second and final segment. Right after here, we take our weekend break. Judas is going to be on a Monday. And my name is Trokon. With us is Representative Noah. Let's look at, you were talking about holistic approach in the fight against corruption. People think the government's craft in the fight against corruption is biased. Others who think people are targeted from the opposition. There's the president going after people who are not in the surrounding, and people in the surrounding have been covered. Do you hear these gossips in the public, or do you know something like that?
I can be based on my district, so many times I listen to more calls and things from my district than who doing that. But all that I say, someone else is all that you stay talking. All that I pray for is transparent justice being dispensed. Also, the right thing should be done. Nobody should be able to blemish your high-end reputation because of political will. Everybody, every community, every organization have a bylaws and constitution. So those things that are in there should be respected. Then think of a country that have over 6 to 5 point something million people. We need our laws to be respected. But also, are we respecting the law? To some extent, I would say no. Given what have happened at the Capitol building, the way it happened, then I think we have a problem. Now, there's a saying that says one who can with clean hands, that's it, who want equity, should also come with clean hands. If you did not respect certain part of the Constitution and you want to respect it because, it's in your favor right now, then there's a problem. So when I use the word, if we want our laws to be respected as a country, then it should be holistic. So if it is not holistic now, then there where you have citizen action also. Because the citizen, they will be patient-minded, they will see you doing certain things, they will flow with you, but when they get exhausted also, then it's bad. You cannot be government if you cannot get the cooperation of the people in the country. So it's a problem. Now, nobody, again, in our homes, we have our own rules. The parents have their rule, right? That govern the house. The children follow that. So nobody wants to have an institution. Nobody wants to have a country without laws. But I'm saying, if those rules will be applied or those laws will be applied, it should be done free of prejudice, free of who know you, and also people who dispense justice will be independent people.
Your colleague, Representative Sokan, is proposed an amendment in the local government law so that you, the lawmaker, will have some serious oversight on how county money is spent, what sort of development is done, so that in case of any eventuality, you must be able to probe in. Do you share that vision with him?
First, the other question, if I were part of that interview, how did they pass the first one that you're trying to amend? Where did they pass? How? And that's why, for some of us, we have a reservation on bills that will come before us. We need to do due diligence to the Liberian people. You cannot pass bill that you do not go through as a lawmaker. And I'm not saying the particular one.
I know what
so
you
that it can be like attacking my code. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying, before law or bill is passed, there should be a line-to-line reading to understand, because it's not easy for your people to elect you to be able to pass bills that will impact their lives.
Are you talking about the port autonomy bill?
No, I'm just saying bills.
Okay.
There are bills before I was born that pass and people have problem with. But I'm just saying in your holistic and terminology. But the recent one is the port. I've been a former port manager. You passing a law about the port of Greenville, for example, that we affect it. I'm representing Sino. Up to this time, I've not had access in my office to that bill.
This can be true.
I'm telling you.
How did the bill pass when you lawmakers never saw it? Because I know
didn't you follow me on Spoon, or maybe we interacted with some journalists. Even in session, I was apprehensive about that, and I think it was a disservice and disposition on the part of our Cody who feel that we should not participate and we should not be passing things.
Did they discuss that bill in session? You were absent, or they never discussed it?
No, the bill was discussed because it came from the Senate.
Yeah,
so it was discussed in committee room. Okay. I mean, normally that's the normal proceeding. If the bill comes, they send it to the committee, and then the committee will do due diligence and bring report to us. That report now you got to pass on, but before doing that, you would have had a copy to go through it and get.
So they never submitted a copy to your office.
I said you want me to change it around to say, but I'm just saying no copy. I have not seen it. I have just heard it, and I was apprehensive, and I feel that this will be the last bill that will pass in front of me as lawmaker without my input. I don't think it can be whosoever who myself can eat together every money to pass bill without our input. I think there will be serious legal action, because mind you now, these things history will carry us.
Sure.
I mean, we'll be asked. Young people who follow in tomorrow, if it is not in the interest of our people, they will say that all of you, mind you, how many people know that I did not vote for it? I get a Port County. I'm a former Port manager. I did not vote for it, and there's a reason. It's a good bill that will prosper in years to come, but there are prerequisite things that you need to do. There is no way in every part of the world. In fact, now in the 21st century, in modern port activity, maybe except we get more than 5-6 ports, but as far as concerned, we get 4 major ports in the country.
3 outstation.
Yes, I'm the only port manager, former port manager, who the government sent to 2 international ports to do general port management administration. I was in the port of Baltimore in Maryland at the general port management administration and conflict resolution. I was also in the port of Tacoma in Washington State. So we are not talking over on things that we don't know about. There were prerequisite things that the government needed to put in place, or who the progenitor or whosoever is. And to do those things, you need people who have expertise in those areas. What are some of the things? There is no way you can have a Sino port without a paved road going to Sino. And you know the reason why? Based on the bureaucracy, APN terminal, maybe Freeport or Monrovia, you see people going Guinea and Sierra Leone to bring cars, because they say it is easier there to free your cars, right? But you know why you're going for your car and you're driving it? It's because you have a paved road.
Yeah, sure.
Now, you could choose Buchanan Port and Sino Port, and I can both bravely say, if they were to do due diligence without no political undertone, as part of my study, then Buchanan Port is rep to be on its own.
Because there's road going there.
But there are many motives, there are many reasons, many interests, so they included all of the other ports. Mind you, Sino Port is in Darknet. There is no navigational aid.
Apparently, the new partnership or the new agreement could see an upgrade.
But I just give you timeline. It will not be instantaneous. It will be a gradual process. I mean, even you can't just get married to a woman, you expect everything to be fine. To put a home together, it will take time. The point I try to make is, port development is not only the PF vessel coming and going out. It comes with a whole lot of things. One, the port is in darkness. You know, we honor the ISPA compliant. ISPA is International Ship and Port Security, right? This is an international standard that you got to meet before you be a port, right? The port is in darkness. There is no port now in a war, with the exception of Liberia's port, that will be in darkness. It's not possible.
That's risky.
Right? People will be using, when vessel import, people using flashlight and other things. I'm talking about solar lights, something that now what they call, and you see when you go to the airport, when the plane is landing, you see those lights up, they call them, it tells the pilot that there is an airport, you reach into the airport. Those things, so people can get them to, so they call them navigational aid.
Even the road from the main road into Seabed to the port.
It's not different. So the point I'm making is one aspect. On the national security level, you open it, you showing your security gap. The prerequisite to running a responsible port, one of them, you should have a Coast Guard patrolling all the territorial waters for things that you may not see with your eyes.
Piracy.
Yes, but they are important. If I say port can be, a ship can be imported, and you have people planning to go and attack those people and explore them. So you have to have boat running around with your Coast Guard or whosoever to be security on top of that sea. Those things are not there. Wow. Also, Sandopo is hugely locking port. You have two seasons in the country. You have the rain season and you have the dry season. During the rain season, absolutely, based on the inaccessibility of the road or the accessibility of the road, you have no vessel coming to, laws coming to town for preparation of law vessel going. So in our 6 months or 7 months based on the climate change, absolutely nothing going on. Unfortunately, you don't have the infrastructure development that should serve maybe in the absence of vessel to be collecting leases. The only area that Sando has as an area that they're leasing is with GVL. The Golden Viridian Liberia. That's the only people user that I know that leasing something in the port. How much is that? I think 100 some more thousand. When I left the port, yes. When I left the port, we are over 145 to 150 employees. Now, knowing that, new government, they will want new people, presumably, let's say they get 250 employees. That 250 employees, in 6 to 7 months, there is no flow of laws and getting money. How do you
pay them?
How do you pay them? Later,
the port operation
it comes back to the same protestation and all of that. Also, are we also saying now, running the federal form of government, that everything is on, so when water and sewer is not in Sando now, are coming to introduce a bill so that Sando can get our own WSC, for example. I'm just being because the intent is simple. Counties get pulled, everybody be on their own so it can be developed. But the point I'm also making, it can work when you put system and time to do some development. Last day before we come to that. Also, do you understand that there are people that are being pensioned but paid by the National Port Authority monthly, the servant benefit? You get to my point? Now, everybody is on our own. If that 10% MPA were paying,
you have to take care of them.
Sando will take care of our own for now.
So you have to raise that
what the plan you have to say, okay, in 1 year time, we will be ready to take care of all of our people. Also, the ambiguity in that bill or that particular session, where is the transitional plan? What Trokon know, you have MPA. Now you have Buchanan Port Authority, Sano Port Authority, Maryland Port Authority. When now we know that from here to December, everybody should be calling Sano Port Authority, or for example. You getting the point I'm making?
Yeah, sure.
When they were dividing Ministry of Finance and Development Planning and blah blah blah, when you sending people, the revenue component of people who were sending, they send them to LRA. I think you guys were here. They brought from people from planning to MD.
They have budget bureau there,
so you see, you got to do it. You got to even how many times you generally have you attended any public hearing, calling port experts and getting their views? So what happened to the bill if we were to pass it at the time? And I just using, you got to understand our people need to come. The reason public hearings are important is because you, Trokon, you don't have the chance on some of the decisions we take. So when our decisions that have the proclivity to maybe develop or undermine our development, general growth of the country, we need to get our people input. How do it happen? When you go to the public hearing and you have an issue, put it on paper, give it to the lawmaker to ask the question. These things are important. But if you do it in a way and form that people will feel that it is inside here, and that inside here, a motive of A, then people think otherwise.
It seems like a group of you will go to court.
Yeah, I will not speak for. Maybe you can ask whether I will go to court or not, but I will not speak for the other people.
Because, like you said from the onset, you won't sit to allow a bill
another one.
Yeah,
without our input.
Okay.
Because the reason our people
the only
send
remedy
us,
you have now is to run to the court.
Exactly, and that's why I say no other bill. Meaning, I let it one go, but it's a lesson learned that no bill will pass without my input. For the Liberian people to know what I stand and the input in it.
Great. Let's take a few calls. We got about.
Please get a area for Sano people. More people.
Yeah, I understand Radio Butor is relaying this program, and they're relaying from Liberia Excellent News Network that is right here in our studios. So the people in Sano can call 0776 13 2708. 0776 13 2708, and when the calls start to come from Sino, I will focus on that number the most because that's the place he represents. 13 2708 is the number for Sino exclusively. But if you can get on the main line, no problem. Okay, let's take this person quickly. I hope you are from Sino. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. Welcome.
Well, you tell me from there.
How? Hello.
We got a secret now.
Hello.
Yeah, man. Yeah, let's hear you. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I would like to appreciate your student guys. You know, these the politicians talk. When they talk, you already they want to vote for you the next time. I want to ask him because all he's talking about he's catering to the Sando County people. I want to know the development is one of the development that needed. The youth center, this cost how much? Because somebody saying that when you go, you see somebody saying when they spend 30,000, 40,000, 100,000, when you see that you feel bad.
Okay, how much it costs? We'll let you know. Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, let's hear you quick. 1 minute.
Yeah, I stopped listening to the people there. I think it spoke well. Basically, mostly about project undertaking in district. So I applaud him at least for reaching out to constituents. But on the issue of the I think there was a misstep on his part.
On the issue of what?
I think there was some. The public, even though he rejected it, that was a far out there. But the public who have been notified, whatever you do in the place that you should notify the constituents.
But my house are notifying you that the public.
Because it is not in the interest of the Liberian people. But myself don't support that bill. That bill will create redundancy. It will create more job loss.
Okay, Thank you. The next person, yes, son of you won't call.
They started far
with you, eh?
Yeah.
Let's hear you.
Good evening, Trokon.
Yeah, let's hear you. Go ahead.
Good evening, Honorable.
Yeah.
Good evening, brother.
This is Johnson M. Guel driving to your frequency along the Congo Belt.
Yeah, 30 seconds quick. You're looking at somebody calling from Sando. I wanted
I
to
listened to your studio guest, and I just want to ask a particular question in reference to the port issue you mentioned. I know he did a poor management, and I want to ask him a specific question pertaining to the air.
Ask the question now.
Yeah. He made mention about the lighting system at the airport when you drive.
No, I did not say I was using the airport as an example.
You were using the airport as an example,
Chief.
But you were specifically talking about the light at the Greenfield port, the lack of light.
So that, you have my question. I think he bear a situation when the part at Congo there, when we were playing that part there, we got put a flat pressure.
Man, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Good evening, Trokon. How you doing, my dear brother?
I'm fine. Let's hear you. Where you call from?
Okay, I'm D. Rolando Nimlen, a permanent son of Sando County.
What part of Sando are you from?
I'm from Panama.
All right, go ahead quickly.
So I want to say thank you to my son brother Ellis Noah in studio there. He did extremely well on his expose. So quickly to what he mentioned about his development in the district, I want to say thank you for that. You know, for him, we've been following a record throughout in the county, that he's been doing well in the district. So that's the kind of representation we are looking for, and that developmental goal we are looking for as a young people, in the county. But one of the things I want to bring to your attention is the issue of the students. Trokon, I hope are online, right?
Which one of the students? From where?
I'm discussing the Sando University students.
All right.
I am the chairman on scholarship committee of the Sando University Student Union. Of recent, we overheard he and his colleague, Honorable Wea, had a meeting with GVL. So the issue of this GVL.
He's gone. You can call back very quickly. I'll give you a latitude of time. But he was talking about the Sando University student.
Yeah.
We can start from there. We got just.
No, I can't start from there because he did not. He needed to have.
Yeah, man. He just
before.
went off like
so
that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
First thing first, he overheard, according to him, have he contacted any of us or something? So this is the type of country we're running. Somebody says something about you, and you say you scholarship. It should be your curiosity in seeing no representatives involved. Students are people who are respectful, are people who are down. Until you leave the world of school, you student. It means you gotta be humble. So you learn that we have meeting. You the chair on scholarship according to him. You need not to come to our offices are open. So but you prefer calling on OKFM and you want to answer. I think some people say that phone go outside because you needed to go to your people.
Know how you went.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's just respond to some of
yeah,
the
so,
a lot of people commended you.
Yeah, but you know normally that high would be, and many times that when you call me and I want to come to your studio because I mean nothing I have in here.
I'll take this show at the Sando.
Yeah, everything.
I'll go in your district.
Yeah, please. You can even go to Judah to
interview. I'm going to Judah to this. That horses and what you been? You can't say the man care you slept in the bed. Also, you have the
So my other brother was talking about thank God you caught him off because on CDC.
Yeah, man.
The thing we're talking about not even relating to what and I agree with the caller who said. Because mind you now,
the port issue,
the intent of this thing, it will be put aside. Every county lawmaker or whosoever will want to employ as many people as they can because the port is in our place, right? That which will create job for our people. I agree with that. Also, are we taking into consideration other Liberians? Trokon, are you with me?
Yeah.
Other Liberians who may not come from a particular county that the port is situated in, they need to work because if you look at all of the concessions, people are complaining that people who come from a particular place should be prioritized, knowing that all of us we are Liberian. I agree when you say on foreign national, but now you're Liberian brother who come from Lofa or who come from different county, and you say when they are qualified, if a particular area person is not qualified, they should take it. That's the type of thing I think that will also happen because the way I see the political players, in the various lectures, the way they're doing it, they put decentralization, but the posts were decentralized already. Decentralization in your Commonwealth mean having having a in one country, having a. You getting my point?
I think the autonomy gave them more.
No, then the real world in there were independent.
Okay.
Where you will not be remoted by a Monrovia port manager to do that. So yes, I think again for the recorded, I know it's a good idea for some posts in years to come. Few years from now, I know you will call me here, you will be covering program in other posts that will not be able to feed themselves because of the preparation that is not being done properly.
Great.
So I think I'm not against it. I'm against all of the procedures that follow by the passage. Okay. That's why I'm against.
And your problem is there was no expert advice.
Exactly.
Thank you for coming. Hope to have you here again and wish you all of the best.
Yeah. So what you want to do, what I want you to do, anytime you want here with my district, y'all call me because when I come here, no opposite, all my people
are happy. Your people in line.
Yeah. Or just go there without telling me.
I will go to that district. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, my brother.
Representative Alexander Noah has been my guest. The conversation takes weekend break. We'll be back on Monday with another edition. I'm sure Julius will be here. Have yourself a wonderful rest of the time. Thanks to Radio Butor for relaying this edition of the show. Until then, bye-bye for now. From the golden sand of Maryland County to the lush forest of the western region, from the heights of Wodogisi Mountain to the vibrant shoals of Montserrat, the heart of our nation, when news breaks, we are already there, live, local, and trusted, bringing you the stories that matter. OKFM, just the best.